Okay, so
it wasn't nearly as bad as Xenon, and I endured, 2 whole innings. Of
this
you guys
wasn't nearly as bad as
No,
No.
about
He's
Eddie's.
talking about Eddie's.
Eddie's? Oh, okay.
Literally,
Yeah.
there is no movie that. Okay,
Also, fuck you. This one wasn't as bad as Xenon either.
wait, hold
Okay,
on.
all right.
Wait, hold on. I am not gonna. No,
You
no.
guys have nostalgia.
No Xenon slander in this.
Uh-huh.
Kick him out.
Bro, do you have COVID? Because you have no taste. Like, are you joking me?
Oh man. Okay, so before we actually get into the pod, I'd like to file. I'd like to just make a formal apology to Dove Cameron and everybody that starred in Cloud9. I was a bit too brash with my decision to give you a very, very lowish rating. I don't remember what I gave that movie
I think it was like a 4.
in terms. Yeah. But I apologize to her and pretty much only to her because everybody else in that movie kind of sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really know what a bad movie was until I watched this one again. So, I didn't really put in, I didn't make a great first impression last week, Miss Cameron. I apologize for that. And going forward, I will try to be a little bit less harsh with my criticism because the standard has been reset for what a bad movie is.
We didn't actually start. This is pre.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there to Dove Cameron. I'm sorry. Please come onto the podcast. And we can...
Did you DM her?
Well, the episodes haven't come out yet, bro.
Well, yeah,
No,
you
okay.
have to do it now.
Jesse, just start the episode.
What if she's
Yep.
busy, dude? We have to
Welcome to Real to Real.
Wow. All right.
This week, we watched Uncle Drew. A classic, to be sure.
Uncle Drew,
For the
no
ages.
relation.
All right. Okay. Dude, I'm gonna kiss you on the mouth after we're done filming for that Boondocks reference.
Yeah. No. Okay, so I have seen this movie before.
Mm-hmm.
So that is just like full disclosure. I don't know what I went in expecting,
Mm-hmm.
but I was a Kyrie
Was it
fan.
something else that
Well,
what
okay,
happened
no,
the first time?
So I was a relatively big Kyrie fan.
Okay.
Because there was a point in time before he went like,
Oh my God, your tragic backstory.
yeah. So before he went like full anti-vax, and like full conspiracy theory, like I'm super into being anti-Semitic. Like he was easily like one of the greatest, or like one of the best up and coming basketball players that showcased a lot of like really, really like highlight realish moments. Right.
Mhm.
So that was cool. And then I think this movie happened, and then he went crazy. I get it, bro.
Oh, like it broke him?
Yeah.
Like that was his Joker moment?
Yeah, no, like this was his curse seal.
Yeah.
We're going back to Naruto right now. Listen, this is going to be
is
my
this-
I
is this
really
the-
got a cope.
Is this the cope? Talking
Yeah.
about Naruto?
yeah. This is what, because like it excludes him because he's usually the one that brings the
so
pain.
You're doing this jutsu.
It's much faster than that. It's much
No,
faster.
we established it's a hand crank.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh shit! It's on your side. Can you help me out?
Okay, this is the craziest part. So like new format for the show. I guess we should probably
Oh
put
yeah,
that out
address
there.
that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, is that
actually,
happening right now?
no. This happened like a couple episodes ago.
Oh,
But
okay.
I should.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should probably record that and just be like, whatever. Fuck
Yeah.
it. At this point, you'll get it.
We never addressed it on the podcast, but for a while now, there's your name.
For a while now, I've been meaning to ask Dove Cameron, will you come onto the podcast?
We'd love to have you.
Not the
Yeah.
hint that I meant, but glad you took that one.
We would all love to have you, but specifically me. And by come onto the podcast, I also mean like maybe I can take you out to a nice dinner date.
Okay.
Well, we got to be at a different.
So the reason I'm taking it back isn't because you said that. It's because why couldn't you have been that like polite about Victoria
Okay.
Justice?
Okay.
It's like,
Oh, man.
That's
Okay.
because
Okay,
that
no,
was
no,
at
no,
least
no.
by
I'm down.
comparison
I'm-
really reasonable.
Yeah, I'm super down to explain this. Okay.
Okay.
So the ongoing bit for this podcast is that like I only want to wife up like very, very mediocre women. And like, okay, I just asked Dove Cameron to go out to dinner with me in a very polite manner, but so I can't just like, go full mask off and talk about how I really feel about her music, even though like I'm pretty sure now that I've
No,
given
you
this explanation.
mentioned it in the last episode.
Oh, shit.
Like,
Okay.
I think you were pretty transparent about it.
That's dope. But like she has shown that she has acting chops at a level where I'm like, no, she is legitimately talented. She's a legitimately talented actress and like pretty much deserves the roles that she's gotten. Victoria Justice, on the other hand, it's tough out here, bro. I get it.
I think
Sometimes
what he's also trying
when you
to
get
address,
when you get hit with the Schneider bug, it's rough, you know?
Yeah.
Like most of them don't really end up having that much talent, and the ones that do don't get their own shows. So shout out to Dove Cameron. You all right.
Yeah.
Okay, can we
he also just wanted to, make sure that he wasn't doing the same. He was addressing a Schneider victim the same way that Joey from Friends did. So like he's trying to cope for that too.
Yeah.
Was it because I said that that's what Joey from Friends did?
No. I've definitely like realized that.
I still can't
we
believe
were kind of stuck on the whole accidentally friends thing.
Yeah. No, I
So-
can't believe I changed the channel name for you.
Yeah. You know what else is dope? Okay, can we just be really problematic this episode? Because I really don't want to talk about this movie. This
I
shit
do.
sucked.
You know what? Yeah.
Yo,
Just
Sneeko,
for you. Yeah, we can
Sneeko,
be really
Sneeko,
problematic.
Listen,
Oh my
listen,
God.
Sneeko. Listen, Sneeko.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
too late to take it
Are
back.
you okay? Listen, I'm in your ears right now, bro. I don't know. You look like someone that Googles yourself.
Hey, don't.
Like,
Oh
listen,
yeah.
like he comes out here and he's all like, "Oh man, I am the most alpha human being on the planet," right? I'm like, "You're the most yassified man I've ever seen in my fucking life, bro.
Yeah.
He is a twink. He's definitely the bottom in every like. Listen, okay, do the world a favor.
That's pretty
Do
self-explanatory.
the world a favor, okay? Like your mental health is definitely going down. Trigger warning: your mental health is definitely going down the drain at this point, right? We all see it. You know that gun that you were flaunting around? Why don't you fillet that gun as your girlfriend has filleted other men, and then swallow the load after pulling the trigger, my guy?
I found trigger warning to be really funny because of the gun thing.
Yeah. Okay, we can
I
move
saw
on.
that really recently.
Yeah, we can move on.
So I was like stony faced during the whole thing, but I want you to know that on the inside,
Yeah.
I had a hearty laugh.
Yeah. It's great. It's
Yeah.
great that like the start of the episode is me shooting my shot with a former Disney Channel star.
and then telling
and then
someone else
telling
to shoot their shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be dope. Like you know what? Let's pump up the suicide rate of straight males in this country. Yeah.
I think it's a different category. I think cucks is like a different, like it's its own thing. They
Yeah,
don't
I
count.
don't know. It's pretty much just like if you're an incel, you know, there's no group of men more scared of pussy than an alpha male, you know. Yeah, motherfuckers out here being like, that's a gash.
That's a gash? What the fuck?
Jeez.
Okay, that was the worst thing so far. I'll keep track of it
Yeah.
in my head.
Okay, there's literally nothing that I can say on this podcast that is going to make it worse than the movie that we watched.
Nah.
Oh.
Like
So,
aside
Uncle
from just saying the hard R right now.
And let's let our audience know where some of us stand on the movie. Jesse, where would you put this in comparison to the other movies we've watched?
I mean, definitely like in the bottom half.
What are two movies that you would place on either side of it?
If I had to think, I'd say above shit. God, I can't even remember the movies we watched. Right past Eddie's and right below Spring.
Damn, Spring is that low? What the
Really?
fuck?
No, I think they were all like I think when I rated it, I gave it like a 6 or something.
So he
Okay.
thought this movie was just okay.
That's unreal. That is unreal. That
Bill has
you're,
questions.
yeah, dude, you're allergic to cats.
Get him.
Get him. Nah.
Kick his ass. Put him in a body
He's
bag.
an alpha male. He's scared of pussy.
Hold on, I got
No, this is I hated every moment of watching this movie because like the storyline is so predictable.
Oh, 100%.
And that's not even the problem because there are times when predictable storylines are fun, right?
Mhm.
The problem with this movie is that Kevin Hart said no.
Kevin Hart was going to be in it?
Really?
Was he going to be
No.
the main? No?
No, but that's what happened. They were like, yeah, we can definitely get Kevin Hart. Like, that's what Kyrie wanted, right? I'm sure. Because there's
Oh, I
no
had
way that
no
you're going to
idea.
go find another short black guy.
Well, they did.
Yeah. Because they had to.
What, do you think they forged him in the fires of Mount Doom or something?
Yeah.
What?
I think that's where Kevin Hart came from. That's the only way that he can make that many movies with The Rock, you know?
So speaking of,
Wait a minute.
in case you don't know anything about the movie, Uncle Drew is a movie about, I don't even remember the coach's name.
Dax.
Dax.
Dix.
Dix.
What up, Dix?
Trying to cope with the
You know
childhood
that my name is
trauma
Dax.
of getting stuffed
Yeah,
by Nick
a
Kroll.
bag of Dax? That sounds weird.
Yeah. Dude, the craziest thing is that like that moment of him getting blocked was basically just the fucking swing.
Yeah.
It was the swing from Naruto, right? Like everything goes back to that one
Yeah,
single
My
moment.
life was also difficult.
Yeah, and then it's just like he's an orphan, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's talking to Uncle Drew like, yeah, dude, I betrayed one of my friends. Oh, your life was also difficult? Wouldn't that make you
Yeah.
me?
No, the movie, like I don't know, Nick Kroll showing up was also just like you just God, they
Here-
paid you a lot of money, didn't they?
Yeah.
Here's how I sort of to wrap up the plot. Dax is trying to win this tournament because at Rucker, because he's been coaching like this up and coming blacktop basketball player.
Whose name is Casper.
Casper.
Who is played
And
by
it-
Aaron Gordon, who is an NBA player.
Did not.
He
know
did
that
look
much.
familiar.
Yeah, he currently plays for the Denver Nuggets.
They had a lot of players. In
They
this
did.
movie.
They
And
got
you could-
ESPN.
You
to do,
could
like, a
tell
fake
because they all wore
crazy shit.
sleeveless shirts.
The craziest shit was like them getting Dikembe Mutombo to basically do mumble
Yeah.
rap.
Yeah.
They got him to mumble rap in the beginning of the movie.
No.
Yeah, they did.
That is 100.
They did.
Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't even like him. It was like the most racist shit that this movie could have done. It literally was the most racist shit that this movie could
So
have done.
I have this bitter apple spray that you can spray on the cords, and it'll make them grow, so
Oh,
he won't
okay.
bite them if it
We
becomes
will
an issue.
definitely do that.
We will.
after
Okay.
This.
Stupid motherfucking.
I wish the cat I wish he wasn't behind the table because it's fun to watch.
If you do that, he's
I
gonna
was-
think you're playing with him.
Yeah,
you have
I
to
was
push him
trying to
away.
get
you
it-
just
yeah.
have to pick him up.
Yeah, you have to like physically remove him.
There.
Okay,
Or
you gotta keep doing it, bud.
Okay. What was the tangent that I was going on?
Dikembe Mutombo don't
Yeah.
mumble
Yes.
rapping.
Okay,
Mumble
so
rap.
in the beginning, they like do the whole ESPN
the E60.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
no, so the 60 for 60 thing.
Yeah.
I think that is
That was
also.
about Uncle Drew in the
Oh,
heyday
was it? I thought
of-
that was just them
Yeah,
showing that
and all of
ESPN
these
funded
things
this
that were
movie.
like
No,
he-
yeah.
Okay.
He was the reason they made the NBA
Yeah.
or something.
So
the
it was
NBA
originally-
logo is
but
just
then,
him
like-
with a shaved afro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then like Dikembe Mutombo comes out, right? And then like they don't even try to get him to speak like his native tongue. It's straight up just him doing like future ad lib
Yeah.
dunks on the trap. And I'm just like, there's no fucking shot that you got Dikembe
all right.
Mutombo.
Mr. Mutombo, I'm gonna need you to read these bars, but first drink this cup full of a purple liquid.
Yeah, he's like I don't know. He was just going like boobity boom, and then like underneath him, it just fucking said Dikembe Mutombo, and I'm like, there's no shot that no, you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
You 100% knew what you were doing. This is fucked up.
Yeah.
This is elder abuse.
He made a bag out of it. It's not
Yeah.
abuse.
Yeah,
It's not abuse.
It's like I guess this is the same thing that happens with like every basketball movie because it was the same thing when Space Jam came out where it's just an excuse for all of the NBA players to like go on a soundstage and just play basketball for a summer. But like this movie sucked, bro.
I think that one of the like nice things about it is that it seemed like everyone involved had a good time making
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
I
that's
am-
what I was going to say.
I-
It's like
I-
a Disney movie, Adam Sandler
No,
movie.
what
where
you
they
said
just,
in our
it's
group
weird
chat-
that you say that because the pacing was like a Disney movie.
What you said in
Yeah,
our group chat
exactly.
was 100% the most accurate description of a movie that you have ever given. It is a Disney movie made for people that have already given up on their dreams.
yeah,
Yeah. It's great.
but Adam Sandler put it together because he just called a bunch of his friends and they were just there having a
Wait,
good
but
time.
didn't Adam Sandler just make a basketball movie like 2 months ago?
I have no
Is
idea.
he?
Might have.
He released something on Netflix.
I don't know, but this is definitely grown-ups, but for NBA players.
Yeah, and like
I
most
think
of
this
them
is
are
like Grown Ups 5, but for NBA players.
most of them were
I never
also
saw Grown Ups.
retired.
Yeah.
Like all of them were retired except for
Like-
Kyrie.
And then they
like-
had like, some of the actual like ESPN analysts and everything
Yeah.
doing their thing.
Yeah,
I'd seen clips. I forgot Big Fella was Shaq.
How did you forget?
There are
That
there
was
are
like
other
one-
there are other large fellas.
dude, I love the response when Kyrie's character is like, "Oh yeah, we got to go get the big fella," and then he just goes, "You can't teach 7 feet," and I'm like, "That's true.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. You
Yep.
can't teach that."
And then after they buried the hatch, there's like every now and then they'll be like, "Get that shit out of here."
Yeah.
Because he's a foot taller than everybody else.
Yeah, and then like the whole Shaq quit basketball to start teaching at a
Kung Fu
mixed
dojo.
Asian martial
Dude,
arts.
How did
Amazing.
you? I wanted to ask, how did you specifically feel about the Buddha holding the basketball?
I don't. Yeah, man. Honestly, I blacked out at some point.
Yeah.
This is how
How-
it.
It
Okay,
would have been
like,
great
how did-
instead of like the hairstyle that you always see on the Buddhas. It was just like cut into the shape of like a basketball,
Like the
Jesus
like just
Spalding
that
Christ.
pattern.
Shut
Oh
up.
my god, that'd be amazing.
No, the entire like the cast is cool for the most part. Like I know all of those players, and it's really
One dude ended up just looking like old Reggie Watts.
what?
Boots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Holy shit! But that's Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
That was Nate Robinson.
I thought he had the best story for why he was called the thing he was called.
Dude, he was
Yeah.
definitely 100% just the guy sensei of the group because he was in a wheelchair.
Wheelchair. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
I thought he was Guy Sensei because he was in the springtime of his youth.
No, Preacher
Once
was
he got his work
definitely
boots.
no, sorry. Was it
Preacher.
it wasn't Preacher. It was who the fuck did Reggie Miller play? The shooting guy.
Lights?
Lights.
Lights. that
Lights was definitely the only one in the
Yeah.
springtime of youth.
Oh yeah. That I agree with. I just love how like at the end when he's like pulling out the gifts for everyone, it's just like, hey man, listen, you've just been wearing sunglasses the whole time. Here's your
Yeah.
prescription. Oh, I can
Yeah,
see.
like
Why did nobody
was
say anything?
That was
It's
a weird
like-
implication that like he has terrible vision and there's one pair of glasses that exists that is his prescription.
But the whole thing
And
is,
it-
I'm like, how senile are you that you don't realize that you're like,
well, they're
you're
like
wearing
they're like
sunglasses?
70 or 80, so quite I imagine.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And then one of the whole when they're in the van and Dax is drawing up the play of how they're going to break Nate Robinson's character out of the. So
In the boom boom room.
God, I don't want to do this.
Dude, when
anymore.
Dax was like, well, so
Dude,
I, can
I was
have-
having so
I
much
can-
fun
I
in the
can have my
beginning of
shoes
this.
on right up until here, but
Yeah.
once I get into there, I got it's a van. It's all the same space, and I was like, man, he's
It's all
spitting.
carpet. Yeah.
yeah, it's like okay. So my biggest problem with Dax as a character, right, was it's so obvious that they wanted Kevin Hart to play the character, and they just didn't have the budget to get Kevin Hart.
Mm.
You know,
It didn't
That
even
kind
cross
of-
my mind. But I
it's,
could see it.
It's just like the speed that he was delivering all of his lines at, the timing that they wanted him to
Yeah.
hit. I'm just like, this
Yeah, I could
works with
see it.
one person.
Mhm.
Right.
It won't work with anybody else, especially a dude that looks like a short T-Pain. Like that's fucked up.
Did you see the fucking the after credits the shit with like the bloopers where it's like,
Oh,
do
dude,
you
I
really
always
want a
love
coach
that
that looks like that looks like Steve Urkel in a hydraulic press? That was good. Like, regardless of how you feel about Nick Kroll, he has the one-liners.
Yeah.
No, I think that Nick Kroll kind of saved the movie because whenever he showed up, it was like
it was pretty.
Yeah.
it's like, oh, thank God. Okay, like the next 15 minutes of this movie will be watchable. You know,
Yeah.
It's sort of guaranteed. Like he's
Because it-
going to be the standout when you get a bunch of people. Like when you get a bunch of athletes to get together to act, and they're in like prosthetic makeup all day, and then you get a comedian to act like he's a basketball player. You know he's going to be the most fun person to watch.
the entire storyline with the tattoos and how they made multiple appearances of him getting tattooed from like the middle of his chest all the way down to his balls.
Yeah.
All the years that he's won the Rucker Classic. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, this movie is the embodiment of damn, I peaked in high school.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say he's like that's like an Uncle Rico thing, where it's like he's riding the high of blocking a shot in middle school,
Yeah,
early high school.
It's like
to
you're
this
in
day-
8th grade and you block this dude because you hit puberty before him, and
Yeah.
you're still like, damn, I got you.
And
Yeah.
to this day, you call him your rival in everything you do just to keep stuffing him in life.
I'm letting you know
Wait,
this is straight
dude,
up just
that's Guy
Naruto.
Sensei. That's Guy in
No, it's Guy and Kakashi. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And then at the end, like Kakashi had to
Becomes
get
the
over
Hokage.
had to get over, his own issues
Yeah.
and his own fears and insecurities in order for him to fight his
To
rival.
surpass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh my god. This movie's kind of dope, actually. Take that back. Cloud9 can go fuck itself.
You owe me for this one.
Oh no, this movie sucked. This movie was absolutely horrendous. I don't know. There was also the whole like Betty Lou preacher storyline that
Yeah.
never really got like resolved.
What I wish had happened was when he was first trying to leave, she's like, "Oh no, you know how you get when like you're on the court and whatever." And then like it was implied like something was going to happen like the fourth
Yeah, that
quarter
had
and
no
like the last
payoff.
play. Yeah.
Like
It was
maybe
like-
he
she's
was
like-
he's like super competitive or something.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey man, remember, we already like we got no more timeouts. So if you got to do something," he's like, "Okay." I was like, "Oh, this dude's about to like if they're strapped for time,
Yeah,
he's
that
just gonna
just-
like clock a motherfucker to stop the clock,
Yeah.
and that'll be amazing." But nothing ever
No,
happened.
so the we don't have what was it like? We don't have
That seemed
much
like a
time left.
reference to something.
There's no timeouts left, right?
Yeah.
So Chris Webber is the one that plays preacher, and in the
Mhm.
NCAA tournament, I think this was in '95 or '96.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been okay. It was in the late '90s. Chris Webber tried to call a timeout when they didn't have any timeouts left, and that is why they lost. That is why they lost the NCAA tournament.
What happens when you do that?
Okay.
In the NBA, it's a technical foul.
Mm.
Unless you're the coach of LeBron James' team, then the ref goes, and nothing happens.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That makes sense actually.
I'm not angry about
I'm
that
glad-
or anything. It's not like that completely destroyed the Chicago Bulls' chance of winning a ring in the 2010s with Derrick Rose. But whatever.
Mm,
I'm not mad about
rough.
it.
Was that
No, I'm
about-
not bitter
was
about
that
it at
about
all.
the time you got into fantasy
Don't
sports?
worry about it.
Because it because
No. Like I'm not angry. Like why would you assume that I'm angry?
No one asked if you were angry.
Okay, well I'm not.
I asked a separate but possibly related question.
No, there's no frustration, and I would really like it if you would stop
So-
implying.
Speaking of that period in time, like, are we gonna try to go for that like Bet River Sportsbook sponsorship?
No,
Because that sounds dope.
no, I'm solid. No, you remember that game? It was you and I were sitting in a Wingstop. This was when you were still at,
when
when Derrick Rose
did hit the
yeah.
face? Yeah.
It was that series. It was game 6.
Oh, fuck.
It was game 6, and
Yeah.
that would have determined if it goes to a game 7 or not. And if it went to a game 7, it was going to go home to the Bulls.
Mm.
And LeBron James's coach called a timeout when they didn't have any timeouts left. Everybody
Oh,
fucking
fuck.
saw it.
Mm.
It was a tie game. Or no, I think the
Fuck.
Cavs were up like 1. It was our possession, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Cavs coach calls a timeout, and the head ref of that game just goes.
Damn.
You see it on camera.
Yeah. Right.
So
right.
yeah,
Did the commenters say anything on it?
no,
Um,
because I don't know. I don't think that the actual analysts and play-by-play casters were like get
Focused
everything.
on that.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
just focused on like Bulls got rebound, they're driving, right? And then you have you have the coach of the Cavs running basically out onto the court trying to call a timeout, and the refs just going,
Damn.
yeah.
That's fucked. I'm glad though that people who actually watch and have been watching basketball have something like that to be like, no one
Yeah,
else in the
yeah.
theater is going to get it, but like,
Mm.
Yeah, and I mean that's what this that's who this movie was for, right? Like
Right.
you're not going to go watch Uncle Drew because like you thought it would be funny to see like the Six Flag Man do the in between legs thing,
Mm.
It
I
is.
wanted to watch it because I wanted to see Shaq teach kung fu and then play basketball as an 80-year-old.
But yeah, the movie is definitely for sports fans.
Yeah.
But it's such a bad fucking movie, man. It's tough.
In the after credits, Shaq really did say, "I've come a long way since Kazam." Huh?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He didn't say that.
No, I mean he did, but he didn't come a long way. Kazam was better.
Well, I don't know, dude. Have you seen Steel?
No.
Don't.
I would have rather sat there and played Shaq Fu for like an hour and a half.
That's not a good comparison. I would love to play Shaq Fu at any time.
I would.
Didn't they just remake it too?
But it's a beat 'em up game now.
Mhm.
It's not a. It's not a fighter.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah. It was the least balanced fighting game of all time.
Where Shaq was just the best?
No. It was just
No?
the damage numbers didn't make sense, and the game was super buggy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't.
Speaking of bugging, Haddish's character.
Yo,
The entire
I loved
movie.
it. She was probably the best character though, especially like the during credits parts. Like, hey, Colin again.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
It's like-
yeah.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of what was it? A lot of people in gangs. They can
Mhm.
find you.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is great. And you're doing this over $100,000. That's not like a very
Yeah.
large sum of
Right.
money.
Not
When
really,
you're
no.
clearly the breadwinner, since you already
Well, no,
pay
she
for
was
the
promised
apartment and
half. It's
everything.
over $50,000.
Yeah, I'm like, that is a life changing amount of money if you get it as a lump sum. But like with the taxes and
Right.
everything,
Yeah,
it's
a
like
much
you're
less.
probably bringing home like what 10?
60? What?
No,
10?
if you're splitting it between two
Well,
people.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
because that automatically bumps you up a few tax brackets.
yeah. So you're paying quite a bit. So like you're probably bringing back in like 15 to 20 at best. It's like yeah, that is enough money, but like you're not getting a fucking Tesla with that money.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
this is like a down payment.
Yeah,
Nah, pink one.
Tiffany Haddish's character was incredible.
Yeah, hard pass on that one.
That was insane.
Ass basketball terminology.
That was especially the scene with Nick Kroll
Mhm.
in her
Oh,
apartment.
in the apartment?
yeah, it's like I'm gonna make you an omelet. I'm like, I don't get this. What are we
Yeah.
doing here?
Yeah, and then
This
there were
is-
some lines of like stealing your girl and then stealing the tournament and all this other shit
Mhm.
too. That was something where it's like, I don't know. Kroll could have had some better lines and stuff.
He
there,
didn't
'cause that
write
was
it.
Just yeah,
Yeah.
right. But I'm sure they let him ad lib. They usually do for
Yeah, they
comedians.
should.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
should have. But what were you gonna say?
This is unrelated. I did find a downside to this setup that we have now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk to you and look at you at the same time. in a
Yeah,
way
it's
that's
gotta be one of these things.
No, because like I can't like you're not like in the range of my glasses right now.
I think
know
what
what I
we
mean?
can do is
Oh.
like we can just angle the couch
Yeah.
a little bit more so that you can kind of have an easier shot at doing that. You know,
Gotcha.
Like I can address you. I don't like doing this.
we
Right.
shouldn't be doing logistics planning of the podcast in the middle of an
We
episode.
say
Well,
this
I
every
didn't
time.
want to have a conversation about it. I just wanted
Okay.
to point it out. 'cause
No,
it was
but
making
thank
me
you for giving
uncomfortable.
me
That's
this out.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
You know that you like really are the only friend that I have on this podcast.
I can't carry it for you, Mr. Frodo.
Yeah,
But
this
I
is-
can carry you.
Yeah, every now and then I feel so alone. I feel so othered whenever
So-
whenever Jesse picks a fucking movie. But you know, like, yeah, there's
Dude,
there's safety
but
in
that's
numbers.
Eric. That's woke terminology. You became a conservative Republican after Cloud9. Remember?
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Yeah, you have to say canceled. I feel so canceled when.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I started off that last episode.
Oh,
where I just
right.
said this
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
made
yeah.
me change my political.
Yeah.
leaning.
Yeah, I listen to people when they talk, Jesse. I remember what they say.
I don't. I listen, but nothing sticks.
I guess it's like I was seen, I was heard.
Yeah. That's an old one. I like that. We don't say that enough.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, I did a pretty good job othering incels earlier in the
Yeah.
episode. This is
Well,
all
that's
definitely going
Telling someone to kill themselves isn't othering,
out.
Eric.
Well, if they other themselves enough, then they'll
what do you
do what
think
I want.
othering is?
Dead.
What is-
Othering is being not alive.
It's the other side.
Thank you.
Like in The Princess and the Frog?
Never seen it.
I
Oh.
haven't either,
Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
There's no sports in that.
Yeah,
we
we'll
can't.
we'll go
Yeah.
back. We'll go back to Uncle Drew. I don't know. There's no. The dance battle scene was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was good.
That was something just so out of nowhere.
That was
I
the
thought,
most 2000s thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. But I thought it was going to be a fight when Boots like took, because he's been
Yeah.
like the strong silent type. It's
Mhm.
like, oh, shit's gonna go down. I mean,
Yeah.
having the guy who's been a cripple
that
do
was-
a dance battle,
Yeah.
also
Pretty
funny.
funny.
But
That was really good with like that being like his one line in the whole movie, just hold my beer. That was like oh, okay.
Before you got here, I was talking to Nikhil about how like I'm down with like stealing a lot of different kind of valor. Like stolen valor is like my favorite genre of movies, but like I'm super not down with geriatric valor stealing. That's we got to stop old face. That's the second most offensive type of face that you can do.
you think
Yeah.
it's pretty universal? Everyone gets there unless you don't.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm Asian. I'm stuck looking like this until I'm 75.
But that's what I'm saying. Once you're
Yeah.
75.
Well, at that point, then I'm stealing geriatric
Jesse, you know
old
that
valor.
you know that
Geriatric valor.
Asians don't actually get old, right? They
Yeah.
just put on old face.
oh, fuck.
Yeah. I've never actually met and like an old Asian person.
Yeah, they're just in a disguise.
Yeah.
Fucking lying sons of bitches.
I don't know what the fuck this bit is.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to find a way. Like, I don't know, man. This is me trying to bridge the gap until we hit 50 minutes.
I could talk about all of the like low hanging fruit emotional grabs in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, like we all, it's the fucking same shit, right? Where like you would hear the music, right?
Oh, yeah. It was the most like obligatory, like in your face. There was no subtlety with
all
anything.
of it
in,
was
in the movie.
It felt like like a not a rom. It felt like a sitcom set where they're just like, all right, cry now, you know.
There were too many story elements for the runtime, I felt.
For an hour, yeah, for about an hour and a half, hour 40, yeah.
Like it seems like they wanted to do too
A
much.
lot of loose ends.
Yeah.
But it's fine because if they try to tie it, well, they're leaving room for, you know, the Uncle Drew too.
The sequel.
It's
Uncle
yeah,
too.
Uncle too. A lot of relations.
Yeah. The romance felt forced.
Yeah.
just
Oh,
happened.
100%.
It's like it definitely felt forced, but at the same time, they introduced the granddaughter, and you're like, yeah, that's
This is gonna
happening.
happen.
That's definitely happening.
And then her and Haddish almost fighting on the court during there was like a call or something. No, was it before the game started?
No,
when they
it was
only
the
had 4 people?
ex-girlfriend coming down to like psych him out and get in his face so he'd play bad.
Yeah, but that was like right as
I
the
think that
game
was-
started, or
No, that was right at the end.
No, but
No,
like
'cause they
was
still
that
had
right
the play and
before
everything.
was that right before the final game between the Harlem Buckets and whatever
okay,
Nick
so-
Kroll's team is?
yeah, I forget.
No,
what that
it was the ex came down. Was like, I want to make sure that this man is tall enough to ride the ride by man is going to put him on. Then
Right.
she
Oh
gets
yeah,
in
that
your
was
face.
I think that was like right before the game started.
No,
Yeah.
that was right before like the final part of the fourth quarter.
Okay, so it was already during the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was in the game. Yeah. I hate that I'm sorry that we put you through this.
You broke me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. That's tough. We
like
live
no
in a
matter
society
what we
bottom
pick-
text, huh?
It's like no matter what
Can
movie
you
we
put
pick.
this on my coaster for a second?
Yeah.
What do you get when you cross a cat with someone highly allergic to cats?
What?
You get what you fucking deserve. I don't want to wake him up.
Yeah, that was yeah, this was tough,
No,
man.
please.
That was pretty quick.
Thanks
Yeah,
for being
that was-
understanding.
That was really rough to get through.
He's
Because I think the one common thread with all of these movies that have been kind of a chore to get through is that the stories are not memorable in any way.
Yeah.
no, like we've seen like this movie before.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
I think the biggest
Yeah.
problem is that. Okay, so like Sports Month has kind of just this isn't a month, right? Like in terms of like themes of movies,
Yeah, this is so broad.
we didn't have this month.
No.
This was definitely like just punishment for all of us. because Jesse made us watch Caddyshack for a test filming
I just
episode.
wanted to watch Johnny Tsunami.
And
that's all I wanted, dude.
yeah, well, I appreciate that you let me
Yeah.
have the whole
Gives you
Cloud9 thing.
everything.
We'll watch Johnny
He did.
Tsunami
He did.
at some point.
Okay. I'd like that.
Yeah.
Also, dude, the most damning piece of evidence
Of?
of this movie being not very good.
Mm-hmm.
Bill slept through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he couldn't stay
Well,
awake.
I was
Okay.
also sleeping through the podcast.
So you know what? You know what was
Well, he's only been here
Live.
when we reviewed this in Cloud9, so like don't.
yeah,
hold
I
it
don't
against him.
I don't blame him for that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Hopefully
That's
we'll be able to give him a good movie soon.
Yeah.
But the reality is, right? Like all of the movies that we've done this where we kind of just bullshit our way through 50 minutes and avoid talking about anything but the movie. All of the stories suck,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and there's nothing to discuss because most of the movie you just can't remember it.
It's one
Well,
of
I
those
mean,
things where
I can.
in order fair. In order for like the movie to seem like it's better than what it is, like all these movies only go like 3 feet deep. They're all very shallow movies
Yeah.
with nothing really to them. And I think adding more things into the shallow end of the pool will make it more engaging.
Yeah,
Instead of really
it's like-
exploring any one thing.
It's like they think that adding more stuff in is
Mhm.
going to make it
More
more
interesting.
interesting as
Yeah.
opposed to just like resolving plot lines.
Yeah.
And I agree. That's
I-
that was kind of the problem with Cloud9 too.
I think
right?
there was a lot of unintentional stuff that informed you a lot about like the characters on a relatively like not super deep, but like deep enough level where it's like, oh, I learned something that has like a lot of stuff, right? Like Preacher, they round up all the guys, right? Like the day before the tournament. And so Preacher gets in the car and he's like, a man can only take so much nagging, right? Like I need a break from my
Yeah.
wife.
right.
A day has passed and he right away he's like, I miss my wife. And that tells you a lot about the
About
kind of
him.
person he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that was not like dunking a baby that he was about to do. He was
No.
about to football spike that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
No,
was something totally
so
different.
so when Dak stood up in that church, I'm like, nah, he saved a human being.
He saved a life.
He saved a life that day. Like he's the
And
best.
Uncle Drew
Yeah,
just
well,
wanted
so the
that
thing
shit
is,
to
right,
happen.
he's been he's an actual preacher. He's been a preacher for at least like 30 years, if not the full
Decades.
50 years,
Decades,
right? Yeah.
right. Absolute.
He's that's not the first baptism he's performed.
The highest like infant mortality rate
Well, that's
church
that's
in the nation.
That's the thing, right? He keeps
The
getting,
entirety
he keeps
of the
getting work.
DMV area is just
Yeah.
like, don't go to this church. But like, he gets the people from out of town to come in.
Do people actually call Washington D.C. Chocolate City?
I don't know.
I would think if anything, it would be like, what's it called? Philly. Because isn't that where
Well,
like
no,
M&Ms
I mean,
or
they
Hershey's at
call-
or something?
So the only thing is, I know that like that DC Maryland area is called the DMV because it's DC, Maryland, Virginia. Because you all can pretty much just drive. It's within like a 2-hour driving distance. I have no idea what the fuck Chocolate City is.
Yeah.
This is
Never heard that before.
kind of unrelated. You know the game The Division 2?
No.
It's about a terrorist attack on Washington, D.C.
Okay.
I saw a stream of a guy who grew up in the DC metro area going around the map and like telling people like where all the good spots to eat were while they were like shooting terrorists. And he got really, really mad that they moved his favorite donut place to the wrong place. That just made me remember that.
Dude, DC is a nightmarish city. It is just not. It's what a suburbanite thinks like an actual city is.
Yeah, that's
That's
really
just
accurate.
what DC is. Oh man, you like DC.
I went.
God, you're such a flyover dad.
I didn't think really anything of it. I think the most like, oh, this is like something about being here feels different.
They're all like anybody that wants to live in DC is just a hall monitor. Like that's just what they all are. Yeah. No, sorry. I just fucking hate that. I've only been once and it was when I was probably like 14, 15. I
Mhm.
just hated it there. All the food was so expensive. And okay, this was like 15 years ago. Holy shit.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yikes.
Fuck me. But wow. Sorry. Existential crisis really quick. Okay.
So half your life ago.
Yeah, the food was really expensive. And for even back then, like
Right.
the food was really expensive, so I can't even imagine what it's like now. Like,
Right.
the food sucked. The people were all just like gross. Like not in the sense that like they smelled gross. It's just like
The vibe.
yeah, it's just not good vibes. And I don't know.
This place feels slimy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's like I wonder why.
they're all rule followers. Like all of them smoked weed for the first time at the age of like 27. You know? Yeah, and like they never they like
That's
never
not
had
real. Say that's not real.
I
Say that's
can't.
not real, people.
I can't. And then like all of them like waited until their 21st birthday to have their first beer. Like that's literally all of them, you know?
No. Wait.
Yeah.
and if you bring that up to any of them, they'll be like, I cannot confirm or deny. that
yeah, like they all sound like Forrest Gump with more IQ points. It's fucking weird, man. I hate that city.
More?
Yeah, definitely more.
How many more?
At least 8.
That's not a lot.
Well, I can only count to 8, so I can't. I don't
Wait,
know.
then
Wait,
how many,
which
how
is
many
it?
IQ points do you think he has to begin with?
I don't know, man. 7.
Okay, then what's
so
what's
Forrest
7
Gump
plus
is
8?
almost peak.
There's not. That's not real.
Then why? Then what? Okay, well, let's move on.
Yeah.
No, see, he's at like 1.7, but Einstein was at like 8.8.
Fuck me, man. No, that's so good. That's so good.
That's 64. That's not a lot. That's less than
No.
Forrest Gump.
But if you put all 8 8s next to each other, that's a really big number.
I fucking hate this place. In my own goddamn
Yeah.
house.
No, yeah, like we're definitely giving you the entire of like we're giving you the whole like I hate it here. Like this place sucks. We're DC. We're making you feel like you're in DC right now.
Yeah, the DC. I'm in the DC metro area right now.
Dude, it's insane. We can go see Preacher, have him spike a baby. It's dope.
You know, Bill hasn't been baptized.
Yeah,
You want that?
we can test to see how many
No.
lives a cat can have. You know? Jesus
I
Christ.
think he has at least half of them.
I would
Yeah.
imagine.
What else did you want to talk about? You picked this movie.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I did.
To be fair,
Lead the
to
discussion.
be fair to you, right? You didn't pick this movie. It was suggested to you
Yes.
by the only listener of this podcast, and
Gives at least 7 views to every video.
and it. You know what? I appreciate him. He's a great
A
fan.
loyal homie.
We love you. You are seen, kind of not heard, but definitely seen. And
In that it's on site.
no, yeah. That is exactly what I said on the phone with Jesse earlier today. I'm like, yo, you know what? I love that he supports us. I love that this is a project that he really believes in. But I need you to tell him, right? Next time we see you on site,
Yeah.
you are catching like
That's
all
the last-
64
The
palms.
last thing he
I might
hears.
get-
Whoa.
What's up?
I think you mean all 8 times 8 palms.
I can do that bit. I get to decide when we start operating in basing. All right, only I get to decide that.
The last thing he sees on his fucking Facebook Messenger is like, "Hey, you are seen."
No, for real. It like he's catching all the the trigrams. You know,
Yeah.
he's catching all
All
of
3
them.
grams.
All 3.
Nice.
God. Okay, go on. What else do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Betty Lou thing could have been like, I'm glad that was like a recurring thing once.
Yeah.
At
It
the very
happened
least-
twice, didn't it?
Well, she
Well,
showed
it
up at the
happened-
hospital, but she wasn't like
Yeah, she
crazy
wasn't
psycho
angry.
trying to drive you off the road again. Like it happened when he
Yeah.
left, And then later down the line, it happened again.
Yeah, when
but
they
I
got
think-
to
I think
big
I wouldn't
fella.
have liked her character if she was still crazy after the heart attack.
Yeah.
That would have
Yeah.
been different.
100%.
Yeah.
But like if they had her as like almost like a short term, more of like a short term, not as main antagonist, kind of like the chick in the Blues Brothers, who just started like blowing up the fucking buildings
Yeah.
and shit.
She did when she got out of the car the first time, she did the bear juice scrape with the bat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she did. She's also I think she might be retired now, but she was a WNBA player.
Oh, really?
Very good. Very good WNBA player.
Dude. Yeah, I'm like a
This isn't your sport.
yeah.
You were
no,
you were
it-
much
it's
your
never-
family's you're a part of a flyover
should have
family.
picked
You
Angels
love
of
the MLB and the
Yeah.
NFL.
You should
and
have
the
picked-
NHL.
You really should
Yeah.
have picked Angels in the outfield, brother.
I could
Yeah.
have.
You
I
listen,
have seen
you could
that
have saved
too
this
many
month.
times.
You could have saved this month. It was
I've
in
seen
your
that
hands.
too many times.
It was in your hands.
I've seen it too many times.
Yeah.
Every year. In
You
grade
could have picked
school.
Angels in the end zone.
You could have fucking picked Remember
not
the
bad.
Titans.
Yeah, you could have picked Remember the
Yeah, I
Titans.
can.
You could have picked Moneyball.
No. Shut the
no.
fuck up. We're not watching Moneyball.
I didn't know this about you. Don't like that?
No.
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 Okay then.
Because this is the thing,
Waterboy.
right? Because
You
everybody
could have picked a league of their own.
I
Okay,
have
so-
also seen that too many
so,
times.
discussion of Uncle Drew over. Now it's the discussion of why Eric hates Moneyball. Okay. So,
Okay.
so the thing with Moneyball, right, is that the movie paints out the ending of Moneyball to be that like they were able to win a championship when the reality is they literally just were able to game the system to be mediocre. In like real life, that's just what happened.
Mhm.
And so now you have a bunch of sports franchises that all have like fucking execs that watched that movie once and went, yeah, I can do that. And now we just have a bunch of mediocre teams in not just baseball, but like every professional sport. The NBA has a huge problem with it, as well as like the entirety of fucking esports, where everybody just thinks that like, yeah, we can moneyball our way to the championship, when it's like, that's not what they did though.
Which one is that about? Is that about like the Cleveland Indians with Charlie Sheen as like the pitcher?
No.
No.
Fuck.
What is that movie?
Was it Bradley Cooper? I remember
I
Jonah
think he
Hill was in
it.
it.
Jonah Hill was in it. I think Bradley Cooper was in it. Brad Pitt was in it, right?
Okay, this
Was
is
it
way
Brad
older
Pitt?
than
Was it
whatever.
I thought it was
Pitt or-
Brad Pitt.
Okay.
I'm
hold on.
thinking of a way older movie.
Yeah. You
If
guys
Jonah
can go
Hill
ahead.
was in it.
You could have picked Invincible. You could have
Yes.
picked The Blind Side. You could have picked The Gridiron Gang. Come on.
I wouldn't have thought of the last one, but I put Invincible out there since
It was
we
Brad. It
wanted to
was
watch
it was
more.
Brad Pitt.
You could have picked The Game
Chris
Plan
Pratt.
starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That was
Bro.
an idea.
For real, I would have much preferred that. God, you could have picked.
You
I don't know, man.
that you prefer that. I thought you said you never saw that one.
Yeah, I would have preferred watching The Game Plan over this one.
You
I
could have
promise.
you could have picked Sydney White starring Amanda Bynes because at the end of the movie, the really smart guy sells a sports betting algorithm for $1 million.
I mean, wasn't there also like She Got Game? Wasn't that
I could have.
her?
I could have.
You could have picked She Got Game.
You could have
picked Back
picked-
to the Future too.
You could have
because
picked,
the Stars Almanac.
You could have picked Ocean's 11 because the heist is based around an MMA fight. Or no, a boxing match. I think it's a boxing.
You could have picked Bend
I
It Like
could have picked-
Beckham.
I
Mhm.
could have picked Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, with the boxing scene.
Boxing
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
That's
That
a
would've been
really
good.
good scene.
Yeah.
You could
I
have
like
picked
that one.
Rocky
That's one of my
Balboa.
favorite movies.
Yeah,
Any Rocky
I've
movie?
seen that so many times.
No, you've probably seen Rocky 1.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's the
no,
one I
no,
mean.
Rocky Balboa. It's the
Oh.
one when Sylvester Stallone was really old.
Ah.
What, you mean Creed
that isn't
2?
Creed?
No. So there was Rocky 4,
Mhm.
and then they made another one called Rocky Balboa.
No, there was a Rocky 5.
Was it Rocky Balboa and then Rocky 5?
No, there was Rocky 5, then Rocky Balboa.
Ah. Okay, yeah.
It was like not quite a reboot, but like
Just not good. You could have picked Rambo. I would have preferred
Why would
watching
that?
you
Rambo.
could have picked the most dangerous game.
Listen.
You could have picked any Predator movie. Hunting.
Ah.
Yeah.
See, hunting, I definitely wouldn't have even. That would not have.
You
crossed my
could have picked
mind. You guys
Shape
could
of
have
Water.
also picked. You guys could have
Dolphin
also
fucking
picked
is a
all of
sport.
these movies.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to save the month after you guys put me through this on purpose. I had to get back. If you guys came together to collaborate for one movie to get back at me for the
sacrificed.
one movie,
I made sacrifices for someone I care about, and all you care about is revenge, dude. You think you know someone?
If you guys did that,
Listen,
if you
my
guys did
movie
it for
was
one
my movie
this
was
month-
revenge. My movie was revenge. He had no idea that I was picking it. Okay, we knew that we were picking his movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
know.
that is the one.
Mm.
That's
the last
one.
time-
You picked one
That's
to
the
cause
last
pain,
time
though.
we include him for collusion.
Yeah.
What?
Don't look at him like that.
What does that? No, I wasn't. What?
Yeah, we're colluding against you now.
Now?
Yeah, we were colluding with you before.
No, you
Yeah,
were not.
it
We
was-
were remarkably
I
transparent
made-
with what we picked.
No, now everything going off the group chat.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are 100% talking in private DMs only.
Yeah.
That's what like 80% of this was.
No, it was in person. There
No, it
were
was just
other
in-
people here. Other people could have told you what we picked.
Yeah.
Which
Which makes
Yeah.
them really good friends for not telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
shout
you were
outs
really
to
bad
okay,
friend.
listen. Shout outs to all the homies that
All of them.
that didn't tell Jesse that we were gonna fuck with him for the entirety of April.
Yeah, dude. Thanks, guys. Thanks
yeah,
for
you
looking
guys are the best. Yeah. What's runtime?
I don't know how long we recorded beforehand, but we're approaching an hour, so
Okay.
we're probably good enough.
We'll give it another like 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, 3
Sure.
minutes and then we'll wrap up and
Sure.
forget that we ever had to watch this godforsaken movie.
Yeah.
This movie is basically Detroit.
That's racist.
Like this movie is the embodiment of what America did to Detroit.
You saying that's automatically racist
Yeah.
is kind of racist.
Yeah.
what do you mean?
You saying that is them making Dikembe Mutombo do mumble rap. Equivalent in racism. That's crazy.
How is that racism?
Wow.
Curious.
Yeah. The flyover dad asking, what is a racist? That's fucking insane, man. You know, you would
Jesse-
think,
Jesse, could I have you make a Twitter real quick?
yeah.
I have.
Okay.
I
You have a Twitter?
one.
Yo, wait, hold up. Can we brigade him?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
we just like cause like untold damage to his professional career?
Yeah, don't worry.
It's
You were
it's a
racist, so
burner.
Elon will have your back.
It's a burner, and it makes
It's
a lot of sense for this one.
It's a burner Twitter account.
Yeah, I literally made it because I was in like a voiceover class, and that's apparently how everyone communicates.
I'm trying to like, I don't know. I just want to get into like really, really, really frivolous Twitter beef. Like, I think that's my end goal. Because I want to piss
to grift.
No, I just want people to get pissed off at things that I say on this podcast and then like have them post about me on Twitter and have other people tell me that they're posting about me on Twitter and then I just don't say anything. Yeah. So I just like, I want.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah. I just want.
You could have had us watch Dodgeball again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Now we're just going back to exactly the same examples you guys used last week when I first picked this.
Yeah, because there's a lot of other stuff you could have picked, man.
fucking
Yeah.
picked the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, I could have.
I would have sucked you off on camera. You had picked the Mighty Ducks, man.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he just said?
I did.
The Mighty Ducks make his click go crazy.
My what?
You heard me.
You had a 50-50 shot at picking the right one, and you fucked it up.
Oh man.
Oh, you could have picked Happy Gilmore.
There were so
Water
many,
Boy.
there were so
Yep.
many things that he could have picked.
Yeah.
You could have picked
I
the Sandlot
told you.
4.
I explained this was to get back at a month of.
Well, it only gets
Pain.
worse from here.
Eh.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Doesn't
Oh, yeah.
only.
I can't
There's
do that.
always November.
Listen, I
Mm.
can't do this again. All right. I'm just putting that out there. I can only take so much punishment before I start like actually turning
Oh,
into
like
the
it
Joker.
actually hurts you also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotten there. I mean, like after this movie, Cloud9 in this movie really fucked my month up.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I thought that like it would be funnier,
Mhm.
right? I thought that it would be like, oh, cool. Like we set up this whole punchline of how like I finally gave up like
You
a
got over
mediocre-
Victoria Justice.
Yeah, like a mediocre woman.
Mhm.
It just that wasn't worth it, man. This entire month fucking sucked.
All gave some,
Cannot disagree.
and some gave all.
Yeah. All right. Are we doing ratings?
We can.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go first.
Sure.
1. 1 Bing.
1 Bing?
10 bongs.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say one.
Just one.
No bings.
No
just
Bings,
one.
no bongs, just 1.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it 1 out of 5 players that turned out to be 7 players, so 1 out of 7.
True facts. I'm gonna give it a boom out of a boom room.
That's 5 out of 10.
What are you talking?
There's 2 booms in boom.
No,
room.
it's a 33 out of 99.
That's a
Boom
lot.
boom room.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I said it wasn't the worst.
Okay. So
Yeah.
everybody already gets it at this point. Do the thing. Everything's in the description down
Well, next
below.
month.
No. Next,
Next
week's
week.
movie.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
right.
next week's movie.
Next week's movie is Shaolin Soccer.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
That was
we're
something
gonna
I had
try
on
to
my
fucking
list.
we're gonna try to save this month, at least for the last week,
Yeah.
because the rest of this month was just painful.
Pain.
Dude, it's like the fucking soldier protecting the baby, right? With all the knives and the grenades going into his back. That's me. And the knives and shit is like Cloud9, Uncle Drew.
And the
This
baby
month,
is Bill.
this entire month
Yeah.
is my platoon. All right, bye everyone.
Bye.